comm going 10-8. What's up, guys? Let's go on a mission. This is going to be a sort of a preventive maintenance mission for one. Also kind of like to just take a trip up there and do like a yearly update on the Simplex repeater up on the hill up that way. Yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We're going to check out the Simplex repeater up there, talk some strategy, some real world theories about the Simplex repeater up there, and some other thoughts I have of the whole thing since it's been up there about a year. I think I'm rested up and I'm going to make the final push up the hill. Alright, let's go. Taking a little break here right before I go up like this, I would say 45-degree angled incline here to the top of the hill where the repeater is at. It's about 270 feet away from me, but it's all uphill with loose rocks. It's always been a bitch to get up there, even if you're a good 25-year-old. At the peak of your physical fitness, it's still a kind of a workout. And I have about 5 pounds worth of gear in the front here, and about 33 pounds worth of gear in my backpack here. I have a battery, a 16 amp hour battery that weighs quite a bit. Test equipment, tools for site maintenance, you know, like a saw and stuff like that. Little hand axe, one little bottle of water. You know, I'm weighed down. I got at least 40 pounds on me. And that's not, you know, stuff to kind of stay out here overnight or anything. Possibly. Yeah, I do have stuff to stay out here. I got a trash bag, and I can make a shelter out of this stuff here. But if I bring my regular kit, that adds on another 30 pounds. Okay, cresting this hill, and there she is. Still there. Well, I checked before coming up here, so I know it's still up here. But there it is, blending in with the surroundings. Well, there it is, the greatly anticipated update of the Simplex repeater up in this hilltop. And I did come out here about two to 3 months ago, about 2 weeks shy of 1 year anniversary. The Simplex repeater went dead. So, but we did have some weather systems come through. So there was snow up here, and there was a lot of fog. And the battery that's in there, it's a degraded battery that I put on there on purpose, so it will shut off and see if it'll come back alive, to test out the charge controller in there, because it's designed as well to protect the batteries in case the usage goes down to zero, so it won't drain your battery completely. Because if you drain a lead acid battery, sealed lead acid battery, it will degrade considerably if you let it go down past 10 volts. So the charge controller inside the box there is designed to cut off the load, meaning the Simplex repeater that's using up the energy, and cut off the battery at around 11 volts. I think 11.5 volts for this one here. By design to protect the battery, because the battery is the Achilles heel of the whole system. So that's what you want to protect at all times, because it's the most fragile of the system. I gave it a good week before of sunlight, because we had some good weather up here with strong sun. And from my living room I could see this peak here with my binoculars. Not totally, because I got trees in the way, but I know if it's snow covered or not. And I know when the system goes down, like, you know, not getting enough juice to recharge the batteries, it takes about 2 days worth of good sun for it to sort of come back to life. And that's testing throughout the year. So after about a week, I'm like, uh-oh, I got some other issues up here. So I thought maybe lightning strike, or actually I thought maybe theft. Maybe somebody came up here, seen it, reported it, and got confiscated, which I, you know, would fully expect. But that wasn't the case when I came up here. Long story short, what happened was a critter came up here and chewed the cable completely through. This is a Cat 5 cable, so there's 8 22 gauge wires, solid copper wire, and it chewed through all of that and disconnected my solar panel. So the solar panel wasn't recharging anything, and the batteries within the unit here, it just went dead after, I don't know, not too long, because like I said, it's a degraded battery. So it went dead completely with no hopes of coming back alive. So that was an easy fix. It was closer to the end here, so I was able to get some slack to be pushed in there and patch it up and reposition the repeater. It was originally over there, and what it was is the critter made their little home in a little hole there, and the wire was kind of spanning the entrance of their new home, and they decided to do some yard work and get rid of it. So I moved the Simplex repeater a couple of feet that way, cleared this whole area, and it's a better spot, I would imagine. And I also had to move the solar panel because I didn't have enough cable, but this is a better spot for that as well. Back here I got the some rocks underneath here to kind of weigh down. This ain't moving nowhere. Not much strong wind here. Yeah, after I did that, it did take 4 days for the batteries to recharge, the solar panel to recharge the batteries on this. That's how long it took to come back alive, but it did come back alive, and I was back in business. Here's some observation from the last time I was up here. This panel is laying on top of rocks. So after about a year, not much dirt. Look at that. I know if this was down in the valley or in my backyard, that would have turned the color of the dirt. So that's good to go. I'm going to go ahead and do some glass cleaning here. If you notice, there is, I don't know what's up with this noise here. There's like a little crack here in this solar panel here. Don't know how much that's going to affect it. This is an eBay special. Very inexpensive. So I didn't notice this before, so I think this is new. How it happened? Don't know. Alright. We'll check the how much juice is producing after we get done. So there she is. All the guts are out, and everything seems to be in order. It's ugly, but it's in order, if that makes sense. And the inside, I see no evidence of moisture. Everything seems to be bone dry, though this is my hydroabsorbent thing here, and the little viewport here, those pellets are supposed to be blue if there's no moisture in there, but it's all turned pink. There might be some more absorbent power to this, but I don't know. What I should have done is brought another one of these and replace it, and then I take this back and recharge it, or reactivate it. So, but I'm going to leave this in there just in case, because it, like I said, it doesn't look like there's much moisture in there at all. All the wires look okay. The copper, the bare copper there, it still has that gold copper look to it, so it's not tarnished, you know, with a dull sort of finish, patina to it. So that kind of tells me there's not much moisture. And I'm looking at the contacts here too on the battery. They seem to be in order. So I'm not worried about moisture here, but on my next visit I will replace this completely. A couple of things I want to do here. I want to change the transmit frequency on the repeater here, because there is a station down in the valley that uses that particular frequency. Legally, I don't know. Illegally, perhaps, because I never heard them do a call sign. So it will be easy enough for me to find out, but I'm not going to go there, because then, you know, they're going to say, oh, how do you know? Because I got this up here, and I don't want to mention that I have this up here. And no big deal. I could just change the frequency. And that's a problem there, because it's only 1 out of 8 frequency pairs that I could use for the GMRS radio service. That's just the nature of doing things legally. To where I have my family that's not licensed, I mean, they are under our GMRS license, but they don't want to go through the extra hassle of getting a more advanced or other service license like a ham license. So that's one thing I want to do, change the transmit frequency on this. Two, replace the batteries, because this battery is probably really degraded by now. And we're going to test that with this battery analyzer that I hold up on here. So let's do that. So without getting too technical, batteries have a sort of unit of measure for capacity. The capacity is in Siemens. I know, don't get nasty on me, but that's what it's called. Siemens is mhos, M-H-O. And that unit of measure is the inverse, and that's what these are measured in mhos. So it's sort of like a reference level. I mean, it's the capacity of the battery. So typically, for this type of battery, this is a 24 amp hour battery, and I believe this one is also probably 30 amp hour battery. It says here 26. So they're pretty similar. I know on average, it's 450 mhos of capacity on a good battery, fresh battery. And the rule of thumb is if you go under 80% of the capacity, let's say let's round it off 100 mhos to make this battery good. If it goes down to 79%, that battery is considered bad and needs to be replaced, because at the 80% mark, the battery will degrade exponentially. See, with from 100 to 80 degrees, it's a steady, gradual decline of capacity, and over time, that's what's going to happen. But once it hits the 80% or the 79% on under, then it's the fast lane to going to crap, exponentially going bad. So that's the rule of thumb to consider whether to replace your battery or not. This battery was really bad when I put it up here. Don't remember what the number was, but by design, like I said, so I could test out the shutting down of the repeater and recovery when weather systems go by here. You know, after about a couple of days of sun or snow rather, the solar panels cannot keep up charging up the battery, and then the whole system will shut down. So when I do get sun back, how long does it take for it to recharge and bring it back into service? But the key thing is, it does come back to service. So that was like my testing proof of concept, and that's what we're testing here, concept. Well, I'm not testing out gear or this brand radio or this brand battery or this brand solar panel. I'm proving our concept, our theory out here to see what works, what's resilient, what sucks. And then when you get those sort of benchmarks down packed, then you go out and get the high speed, low drag stuff, the more bulletproof equipment up here. All this stuff is cheap. Cheap Chinese radio there, a cheap charge controller off of eBay. That solar panel was cheap, and these were surplus. I spent, I think, $500 all together with all the materials here. So anyway, we got to measure the temperature of this to plug it into the to calibrate the machine here, because that mho reading is very temperature sensitive, and I have to do it in Celsius. 26 degrees. This one is 24, 25. So let's average it out to 25 degrees Celsius.